Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled How to Change Part 2. In Part 1, we discussed 3 aspects of change. We gave an example of an addict who's going to the 12 Steps program, and he has 3 basic understandings and principles, and many others as well, but 3 that we'll point out. 1, that he has an issue that needs to be dealt with. 2, needs a lot of hard work. And 3, he needs outside help. And the question is, how many of us have that recognition that there's an issue or issues we need to deal with between us and fellow man, us and our parents, us and our children, us and our spouse, issue between us and God, learning, davening, whatever it may be. And this needs a lot of work, real serious work. And we may even need outside help to deal with it, a rav, a havruta, a friend, a spouse to help us out with an issue, whatever it may be. How many of us have clarity in those 3 steps? I'd like to move on in terms of working with another person. I think the Torah gives us a model in the very first parsha. Lo tov heyot adam levado eselo eze kenegdo. It's not good for man to be alone, God says, and therefore eselo eze kenegdo, I will make an ezer kenegdo, a helper who is opposite him. Famous question: if she's an ezer, a helper, how is she kenegdo? Opposite him. So the Gemara and Rashi quotes this, says that if he is zoche, if he's fortunate enough, she'll be an ezer and have a good marriage. And if he's not fortunate, then the Kenegdo will have a bad marriage, and there'll be conflict and dissension between the 2 of them. According to that pshat, it's really Eselo Ezer O Kenegdo. I'm going to make an Ezer or Kenegdo. It's one or the other. It's not the simple pshat of the pasuk, but of course Rashi says it. It's an obvious approach if Rashi says it. Another possibility may be the following: Eselo Ezer Kenegdo, that they'll be both together. How's she going to be an Ezer Kenegdo? So the fact is, before a person gets married, he does whatever he wants. Let's say he's a good boy, doing good things, learning, and working on his midas and all that. The bottom line is he's living his own life in the bubble in certain ways, as good as he is. He'll go ahead, have Mishmah Thursday night till 2 in the morning. It's fantastic. He'll go ahead Friday. He had a great night Thursday night. He's going to go ahead and indulge. He wants to go ahead and get something new for himself, indulge and spend $200 on some new jacket, whatever it may be. Fine, it's all his own money. He's happy to do what he wants. And that's all good. Gets married, all of a sudden, he does mishmah till 2 in the morning. He just didn't tell his wife about that. He comes home, what's going on? He didn't discuss it with me. He just come home and he goes ahead and spends money. $200 on a nice jacket. Wait, didn't we have a budget we discussed? Does this fit into our budget? It's Hashem. A couple of years later, they have kids. Screams at a kid for talking chutzpah with him. She says, wait, is that really the right approach? You seem to be angry. Maybe you should pick a little calmer. No, I'm just going in mechanech my show. Well, is that really the ideal chinuch? In the class, I never see you speak to your talmidim that way. All of a sudden, there's someone who's kenegdo in his life. Not being mean, aggressive. Not against him. Challenging him in a good, healthy way, offering an alternative approach to his chinuch at times, offering an alternative approach to how he spends his money, an alternative approach to how he spends his time, and maybe he has to think about other people now. So this person, his wife, who's so intertwined in his life, is offering kenegdo, other alternative opinions in all areas of life, and that is the ultimate gift. That's an ezer. That is a helper. So this Ezer, how is she an Ezer? Because she's kenegdo in a loving, affectionate, and critical way. That's the ultimate kenegdo. So this is the model that the Torah gives us regarding husband and wife. But I think that is the first portion of the Torah. It can be used as a model for all growth, whether it's a person who's married or not. The idea of going ahead and having a good chaver to bounce ideas off of, and to discuss this, to spend the money, to spend the spending. I'm having an argument with my boss. Wait, before you go ahead and just assume you're right, the boss is just a rusher, he's a jerk, and he should be fired, etc. Throw it around with your friend. Have someone who's an Ezer Kenegdo. Not the exact same as a wife, obviously, but a chaver who could play that double role of an Ezer who is a Kenegdo. It could be a chaver, it could be a wife, it could be a rebbe. One has a good relationship with a child, an older child. Also, that is the model that the Torah gives us. where we go ahead and have an outside person who is kenegdo, and that's the ultimate Ezer for those who have that relationship with the husband and wife, Baruch Hashem. And in addition, or instead, it could be any other person who could fulfill that role. And when we have that role of a kenegdo who's an Ezer to us, that is, of course, a great opportunity for change and growth. Shalom.